We're reading a story earlier on about this on the back of The Sun. We'll tell you more about it. Under current UK government rules, players would be forced to miss several games because of the 10-day isolation period when they come back to the UK, basically. So the kind of players that are set to miss out are Salah, Firmino, Alisson, Jesus Edison from Manchester City, amongst others. Yesterday, West Ham coach Stuart Pearce, he spoke to us. That was after the Hammers went top of the table. And he spoke about the potential of Mikel Antonio missing because he would be joining up with Jamaica. Have a listen to this.
Any football club that pay the wages of a player have a major concern if a player would end up missing games. I hope there's a compromise to be had. I'm not sure of what that compromise might be at this moment in time, but I think any player going away on international duty, I think it's a little bit tough on the clubs if they're coming back and they're missing league games beyond the international window, and something has to be looked at in that respect. But I would never stop a player going away on international duty. It was the biggest accolade that was ever bestowed on me. And my personal opinion is, if anybody gets the opportunity to go and play at any national level, I think they should jump at the opportunity. I really do. But I don't think at the cost of missing a game for their respective clubs when they come back.
Tricky one, this, isn't it? Because as Stuart was explaining it there, the biggest accolade in your career, you want to go and do that, especially if you haven't had the opportunity before, and this could be a real opening for you. But then you come back and have to isolate for 10 days, and your club's furious. What do you do in this situation, Gabs?
I think it's tough, isn't it? Because you can understand where the clubs are coming from. They're paying you wages, big wages as well for the Premier League players, and they could end up missing a game, maybe 2 games, and they're vital players. But turn it into a player's point of view, especially these Brazilian players, like, they love playing for their country. They've got massive games as well. I'm sure they play Argentina in a World Cup qualifier. They've got, I think, 3 games as well. So they won't want to miss out on them games. So I think them players will probably decide to go.
If this happens, and if these players are allowed to go, when you look at Aston Villa, Emi Martinez would go, Emi Buendia, Leon Bailey as well, so a couple of new signings in there.
Douglas Luiz.
Yeah, so how would you feel about that?
I'll be at the airport stopping them, definitely. Yeah. Birmingham Airport, Heathrow, wherever they're going from. No, but you wouldn't like it, because when they come back, they're obviously going to miss important games, but this is their country. You know, they're so proud of playing for their country. Martinez has just won the Copa America. He's not going to want to miss 3 World Cup qualifiers for his country. So I think the players will probably say to their managers they're going.
Ali, the likes of Liverpool, there are other teams obviously, but the reason I picked out Liverpool is because they have worked so hard to get their players back to fitness, and the players that would potentially be leaving would be Mo Salah, Fabinho, Alisson and Firmino.
I actually think, rightly or wrongly, I think this is relatively straightforward. I don't think they should be allowed to travel, just because, my reason for that is because it's still a health hazard. The reason that these countries are on the red alert zone is because there's a massive chance of getting COVID. So I understand totally. I mean, I was part of the assistant to Walton international team, and I've been fortunate enough to play for the country. And Pierce is right. It's the biggest and best thing you can do. So, and you would never stop any player from going and representing their country at any level. However, I just think this is a different proposition. I really think the decision is a health decision as much as anything. And I know they'll miss games, which is, from the club's point of view, is not good. But I just think the decision should be taken out of everybody's hands, because it's not a club versus country. I think this is more a health issue.
Also, the cases are going up in the Premier League. So there's 16 new positive cases in the last round that was going on. So that's an increase from 5 from the previous week. So 5 to 16, it is quite a jump, really, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a massive jump. And you look at Arsenal, they've been affected the most, haven't they, recently in the Premier League? And it's costing them. Aubameyang, Lacazette, Ben White, they're losing top players that they need. So I agree with Ali, to be fair. I was looking at it from a player's point of view. I think Ali, because he was a manager, he's forgot about his playing days, and he would have been straight off to play for Scotland in the qualifier for sure.
talkSPORT Breakfast with Laura Woods, Monday to Wednesday mornings 6 till 10. On AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.